I want to look here at the Orthodox Jewish Bible, and I want to especially look at Revelation chapter 19, verse 7. Let us have simcha and exult in kavod to him because of the Barakan of the Kala of the Se and the Hosen's Tish, and she has made herself ready. And it was given to her that she should be clothed with fine linen, bright and tahor, for the fine linen are the zedekot of the kedoshim. Now, here we need to think about the glorious righteousness that is ours, because the goal is my righteous servant who makes many righteous. And you need to look at Gill's commentary. Just go to Revelation 19:7 and then put the word commentary. When you Google that, Revelation 19:7 commentary, you come to Bible Hub, click on the Orthodox Jewish Bible, and click on Gill, and you will see the wonderful material here, because this bride, with her jewels and her veil and her robe of righteousness, is made ready for the marriage supper. And here we also need to think about Gill's commentary on 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 19, because it says, the Jews have a notion that the redemption of the Israelites out of Egypt, when a lamb without blemish was taken and sacrificed and eaten, had a respect to the future redemption by the Mashiach. And here he's giving you a reference in the Zohar, and you can see it there, and the folio number. You need to also look at his commentary on Yohanan chapter 1, where it is said, behold the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world. And we know that the lamb, actually lambs in the Beis HaMikdash, were a daily taking away of sins. But the Lamb of Pesach purchased the redemption from the slavery of Egypt, so that the people could go forth as free men. I should say freed men. And this is all a foreshadow of Mashiach. Then you might want to also look at Bible Hub, look at the commentary on Exodus chapter 13, verse 12, because Kepha tells us that it is the precious Kapora, not silver and gold. And here in Exodus chapter 30, verse 12, he gives you some material from the Mishnah about the ransom. But here we have a ransom for many that Mashiach spoke about, with a reference to Isaiah 53. So we're thinking about also going to the afii.org/texts/lifeandtimes.pdf, where you can see what Edersheim wrote about the Jewish chuppah. You know, the Baal Shem Tov, in a way, he was almost, you might think uh, making a reference to the wedding at Canaan, because he wanted to turn Judaism's water into wine. But no one can do that in Hasidism, not even the Lubavitchers, unless you have an empty tomb. And that's why we think of the lamb and the huppah of the marriage supper. And we think of our redemption and how we also are raised with him. Hosea chapter 6, verse 2. Just as Elimelech and Mahlon were raised up in their Goel, Boaz, who, because he purchased the bride, was a redeemer for the living and for the dead. And those who were dead in trespasses and sins were raised up with him.